review workflow. Okay, so we were discussing about the workflow, and what we did over here is on the how to enable the workflow on the purchase order level. Okay, that activity we are seeing right now. So what we need to do is we went to the procurement and sourcing. Under the procurement and sourcing, click on the new button, and there are these are the initial workflows are there. Okay. So what we are doing is we want a purchase order workflow right now to be enabled. So for that you click on this button, and after that the workflow editor will open by your login credentials. Okay. So it is asking, there are few errors. I will expand this column. So there is a start and the end button. Okay. So what you need to do is you click these are the approvals in the standard application. So what you will do, you will click on here and you will add it over here. So it is now added. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to connect, it will start, it will go over here. Now what action it needs to have it. So you click on it, double click on it, and under it, click on it, and then go to the properties of the section. Under the properties, subject item, give it a work item subject. So PO approval I will write. As per your user request, you can write as well. So PO and close. Okay. Other than this, there is assignment type need to be given. So it is asking for a workflow user who will be the user of the workflow. So workflow originator we can give, or means whoever is originating the workflow, uh, that user can come and you can assign over here the workflow originator or the work item owner or the workflow owner. Okay. Normally in a scenario where the workflow user can only enable approve it, what you can do, you can use the user option over here. You must select at least one user. So it is, you select the user and you give the user over here which user will be able to approve it. So whatever the users you will select over here, those users you will be able to approve your workflow. Okay. I will take the workflow. You have a time limit also, means till how many days the workflow should be available for the approval or not. Okay, so those days you can give. Then there is the completions policy. So it should be a single approver, majority of the approvers, or percentage of approver, all the approvers. Means under the user, if you have 5 users over here, all 5 should complete it, or any of the singles, is it for single approver can only approve it, or the majority of approvers can approve it, so percentage of approval. Okay. So keeping it simple, we will take the user and we will give the users over. Now coming to the condition, if there is any condition required in it, always run this step. Run this step only when following condition is met. You can, if you want to add any condition like amount is greater than 0 or amount is greater than 10,000, such type of conditions can be added over here. You will come on it later. Is there any escalation path? So if you click on it, you need to give the escalation path, means to whom it will be escalated. Okay. So I don't want to go in that escalation path right now, and I will close it. Now after this, there is another error showing over here. You go to the properties over here and check what it is showing. Equal automatic actions. Specify when notification would be sent. So notification is sent on approval, or 1 minute. Advanced settings, use final approver, use final approver. Admin will be the final approver. Set a timer for the workflow element, close it. Now it is asking for, you must define at least one outgoing sequence flow of approval element. So it is asking, if you go to the workflow editor over here, it is asking that what is the next set of action to be taken care. So of purchase order approval, then there is a purchase order approve. The assigned approver will be able to edit the purchase order. If there is any editing required in the purchase order section, then you can utilize it, or you will go a little bit over here, take the end over here and just add it. Okay, it is now saved. You must define, this is just a warning. We will define the submission step. Please click on approve. Okay, now close. Everything is fine. You can just save and close. It will ask you for the version. So just type P1.0 and then click on OK. Activate the name. So what it will do, it will close this one, and you need to do few other options as well to see the workflow over here. So let it be closed first, and we will see in the procurement and sourcing module first. We'll close it. It is still building the workflow. Meanwhile, it is building the workflow. I will show you under the procurement and sourcing module over here. If you go to the setup and go to the procurement and sourcing parameters. Okay, so here you will see enable request for quotation, number sequence, vendor collaboration. There is an option for purchase order type. The purchase type will be, means by default the purchase type will be purchase order. Return action default. This is for purchase orders. Okay, I will come on it later. But what I want to show you is the activate change management. One option is there. Either it is here, or if you go to the accounts payable parameters, there is the option of activate change management, invoicing, invoice validation. No, okay, no problem. Let it first saved it, then we can check. Okay, meanwhile it is getting closed. We will come back to our topic, all purchase orders.
Yeah.
And once your approval process is completed, let's wait for some time, then we can go. Yeah. So about to complete. Let's wait for some time. Yes, so now it is closed. Okay. What we will do, we will refresh it. And if I click on the new button, and there is a activate change management, this you need to click on OK. And after this, you click on the vendor account. Same vendor, only one vendor is there, so that I will take. And once it is completed, we will go for the language. In this language, your report is going to be printed. So requester, if there is any requester is there, that you can add over here. The requester is Jordic Histriona selected. If there is any pool maintained for your pool of luxury items or general items, confirming the PO, who is going to confirming the pay, if it is an unplanned purchase, so confirming PO means there will be a purchase order confirmed, right? So the confirmed purchase order will come over here, and you will click OK. If it is for the informational purpose, no financial impact of it. So now your purchase order, activate change management. I have 1 second. Header, go to expand all. There is the option of control F, activate change management here. There is one option of activate change management. Let me check on the procurement and sourcing module only, what I remember. Procurement and sourcing, enable prompt quantity field automatically recalculate intercompany. Yes, this is the one. I was talking about if you change for the activate change management for purchase orders. Now, if you go to the accounts payable, you go to the all purchase orders, and then you will see the workflow is enabled for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what you need to do is you will go over here, and then you will select the item over here. Okay. Edit it, item number, select the item number of mobile charger. Once it is done, then select the quantity. Quantity is 1, unit price is 10. Then you can save it. Right now the workflow is not enabled because I believe the purchase order is already created. We will create a new purchase order and then we will see. Okay. What I will do, I will delete this purchase order. Let me remove the line. Let me delete this purchase order. Yes. Once the purchase order is confirmed, you will not be able to delete it. Okay. So right now it is in the approved status, it is confirmed. So you can see the delete option is disabled. I will click on the new button over here and I will select the purchase order, the Apple Information Center. Under the Apple Information Center, I will select the site and warehouse. If you select the site and warehouse here only, the lines will automatically pick up the warehouse from the header section only. Okay, so we will suggest that most of the things you select over here only. Okay, whatever the fields, as much as possible, you can fill it over here. Okay, you can suggest your customer and requester, click OK. Different customer will have different requirement. Okay, that you need to work on.
Okay.
So now my purchase order, see workflow is now enabled. You select the item number now. I will select this item. Okay. I hope you now got what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
How to enable a workflow. What I will do, I will have a 500 of purchase order is there. Then other than this, I am not taking anything else because there are not many setups are there. In my last class, if you go, you will see that, okay, this is a warning that vendor code is not authorized for this vendor, for this item. So to resolve this, what you need to do is on the item level, if you go, select the duplicate tab, click on the duplicate tab. I will disable this, close this one. Okay. And yeah. So now what I was saying is go to the item level. The item is available in the product information management. You go to the release products. Yes. Click on the item. And there is an option on the item level to select a vendor, the approved vendors. So for this, what you need to do is you need to click on first on the setup level. On the setup level, add the vendor over here and click on the save button. And then you can go back over here, refresh the screen. Now refresh it. Okay, so it is refreshing it. Yes, now it is refreshed. You have added the unit price, net amount is this one. To check the totals, you can always come to the purchase order level, check the totals over here. Now, once you select the totals, it will show you what is the total of this whole purchase order. We have not taken care of the tax module right now. I just want to show you the simple purchase order process today. And going forward, I will add the taxation in it. I will show you all the purchases, what we can do from the SCM side. Okay, so 500 is the total amount. Click on OK button. Second step, if you see my previous classes, so right now status is draft. Okay, so confirm will only be enabled once it is approved. If the workflow is not there, automatically the status will be approved. Now what you need to do is you need to enter the workflow. You will click on the workflow and the workflow option, you will submit it. Once you submit the workflow, what will happen? A workflow history will be created for you. So this workflow history, you can see over here, 1 minute. So now comment it. If you want to add any comment, add, approve, okay, submit it. So now once you submit it, you will have a, under the workflow, you will have a workflow history. You can recall also in case anything changes is required. Okay, so right now I don't want to change anything. It is asking. So you can see under this there is a general tab where you will see the company ID from where it is where the workflow was originated. Then second thing, you will have a tracking detail list over here. Okay, so this is the details. Then there is a tracking details over here, submitted by whom. Okay, so as you proceed further, you will refresh it and it will take some time for the workflow to get started. So let's wait for some time. For this workflow to be enabled, okay, this workflow will be available to you under the job queue. Okay, so if you go to the jobs module under the system administration module, system administration, I have shown you in the earlier classes also.
Yeah.
So batch jobs, under the batch jobs, you will be able to find this workflow. Okay, so workflow will be somewhere purchase order workflow. I believe with this only we should be able to find out. Or what you can do, you can schedule, you can filter on it. You can filter on the created by newest to oldest, filter on it. So today is 10th of September, 10/9, everything is with admin only. So this is the one with 10/9. Where it is, create schedule, anything from the purchase order begins with purchase order, apply, nothing is coming up. Let's do for continue. Anything from the purchase, apply it. Click on the workflow. Let me check. Yes. So now it is assigned to Julia Funderbeck. And I have also told you in the earlier classes, whatever is available on my users, okay, to this particular candidate, to this particular user, Julia Funderbeck, he will,
Exactly.
yes, na? So he will receive the notification for approval. This approval you can see either in the common module. So if you go to the common, you can go for the work items and work items assigned to me. So you will be able to see the PO approval is pending with me. Okay, you can click on this. Then then this workflow will be enabled for him. You can click on the approve button and you can write it over here, the comments approved. Then click on the approve button. Either you can use the delegate option also, you can use the reject option also. Basis on your information, based on your confirmation, system will proceed with the further action, further activity. Okay, now I will go back to it. It is approved now. If I will refresh my purchase order, so right now the status is in review, right? So after the in review is completed, it will be going to be confirmed. So now I will refresh my screen and we'll see if it is getting confirmed automatically or not. Let me check the purchase workflow history. So you will have your purchase order and it will be completed. You will be able to see exception unable to continue the original sole approver, the final approver, all maps to the same user, admin. Okay. So it is saying that there is an exception of X plus plus exception, unable to continue, the originator and sole approver and the final approver all map to the same user admin. Why it is showing it? Because the one who have completed it, who have originated it, he should not be the approver in case of your when you are using this type of workflow. Okay, so this error is coming up. Now to resolve this error, what you need to do is, right now let me check what is the status of it. It will be in review only, I believe so. So in that case, what we will do, we will again go back to this one, because now we can't proceed. It will not open the confirm button. Okay, so in that case, what you need to do is you click on the, go to this one, Control V, click over here, and it is downloaded. It downloads. Let me, I believe this is the one, 23, 25 has downloaded on 23. Nothing has been downloaded today. Okay, no problem. So what we will do, we will go again to the recent, and we have opened the workflows. Over here, we will find our workflow. We will go over here, we will click on the ID button. It will open the same approval for me. I hope this will not ask for the, okay, it will ask, no problem. We will get the user ID over here. We'll go for the next button. We'll go for the password. Control C, Control V, click on the sign in option. Let the editor be open first. Yes, so now the editor is opened. We need to change few things, few parameters in the workflow editor. So what I will do, I will click on the double click on it, and I will go to the properties where I have assigned. Okay, so assignment. It is asking that the user is same. Okay, which should not be there. So what I will do, I will go for the workflow user over here, and under the workflow user, I will assign the workflow originator can approve it. Okay, so using this particular feature, you will be able to start with your work. What we will do, I hope you got to know what you need to check.
Understood.
And workflow originator. So in case you have a different user, in that case you can use it 0.0.2. If you have two users, in that case you can. So click on OK button. It will activate your second version, and then we will create a. We will try to do a fix in that purchase order only, else we will. Okay, so now this is the one version. So you go to the versions and check which is the active version. So active version is 1.0.1.0. So this is the active one. I don't know which is the 1.0.1.0 or the one. I believe this should be the active. Get as active. Let me check. So I have activated it, believing that 1.0.1.0 is the latest one. So I will close it. And what I will do now, I will go again to my purchase order. We will go to the purchase order level. We will go for the workflow history. And what we need to do is we will click on the resume button now. Okay, so what it will do, it will again go for resume by. After the error, you need to resume it. If you recall it, a fresh needs to be required. Okay. A fresh workflow needs to be started. So I will close it, refresh the form. Let's wait for some time. Resume by Julia. So we will refresh it. Workflow history. And let's see. What is the latest status of it? Resumed, activated. Let's wait for some time.
Yeah.
Just refresh it. Now it has again stopped. Let me check. Unable to continue 2007 final approval. All map to the same user admin. Okay. It has again stopped it. What we can do now? We can do one thing. We will edit it. There is actually a validation, I think, written in the standard workflow that the originator and the approver cannot be same. Okay, so what I will do now, I will click on the, I will tell you one hack of it. In the Control C, go to the next one, sign in. Okay, so now what we will do, we will go for the properties over here, assignment. Under the assignment, what we will do, we will take a user over here. Under the user, what we will do, we will remove the admin and we will assign someone from Brook. Okay, so let's say Brook is there. Okay, now I will close it. That means Julia will submit the workflow and Brook will approve it. Okay, what I will do now, I will save and close. Your changes to workflow will be originated. So we will type 1.0.2.0. Okay, so it is a 4-digit uh, assignment. We will click OK. Now, how you can see, let me tell you. We'll now close it. So now it is closed now. What we will do, we will go for the again resume option over here. And now it will again tell you what is the resumed by Julia Funda. It is stopped by stopped error. I think let us recall this one. Do you want to permanently stop this workflow? Yes, I want to permanently stop this workflow. Click OK. Because it is again going to their status. So what we will do, we will refresh it. And now we will go for the workflow history. So what we will do, we will create a new purchase order now. We'll go for the vendor account, Apple Informatics Center, click on the language. Language is EN Canada. That's fine. We'll go for the site, UK site. We'll go for the warehouse, W1 warehouse, click OK. We will go for the add line. Under the add line, you will click on the item. Item is this. And we will go for the quantity unit price. I will type 230. And then we will click on the save. Once I save it, I will go for the workflow and I will submit it. I wish this time the errors will not come. Approve, submit. Go to the workflow history. Let us wait for some time, 2 minutes, and let's see what happens from Julia Funderburg. Okay, so now assigned user to due date. What we will do right now, it is pending from Julia Funderburg. What we will do, we will reassign it. We will reassign it to the user ID and we will reassign it to let's say Benjamin. Okay, and I will reassign it. Now, what I need to do is I need to work item could not be getting sufficient security permission for user Benjamin. Please pay. Submit it via Julia Funderburg assigned to user Julia Funderburg. What we will do, we will go back and we will click on the workflow. Right now it is asking for the approve request. I will approve it. Submit for approval. Let's wait for actually this workflow will be required in case will be able to work on when you have two particular users. Okay, so yeah, so right now what we are doing is we are trying to approve it using one step only. Okay, so means Julia Funderburg has requested it and she is only approving it. Okay, let me check if still the errors are coming up. Yes, unable to the originator, sole approver, and the final approver all map to the same user admin. This is not okay at all. Now what we need to do, we can click on the resume option over here. What we can do now? We can check the users over here under the system admin. Go to the users and users. If I assign it to Alisa, she is the budget clerk, not the purchasing agent. So what we will do, we will be using this Alicia only and Alicia Combar. What we can do is assign a role of accounts payable manager. Okay, click OK. Now she is the accounts payable manager, and what we will do, we will use this user ID in our approver list. So I will click on again on the approver, give it the password, user ID and password. Okay. So now what we will do, we will go ahead use this element to approve purchase order. The assigned approval will be able to edit the purchase order. So what we will do, we will add it. It's also in the purchase order, and we will, instead of this, maybe it is giving due to this reason. Okay, I'm also not sure about it, but let me add it. Okay, so mm, delete it. Yes. So let's add this one also inside the list. And what we will do, we will use the same properties over here. We will go to the properties. We will go to the assignment over here. We will go for the workflow user. It will be the workflow originator. I've been keeping it. And I will go for the work item. Please approve. Control C, Control V, close it. Once you close it, we will go for the save and close, and we will give it a version list 1.0.3.0. Okay, and click. So we will activate the new version. Click OK. Now it is closed. The new version is one. Let me maintain, go to the versions form, and let's see which one is the activated version. So 2 is the activated version. Let's close it and go for the refresh form. Yes, 2.0 is the latest one. System will automatically assign the numeric value as well as you go ahead with the changes. Okay, now coming to the purchase order section, what I will do, I will go for the workflow history again, and under the workflow history, I will click on the resume option. Okay, and let's see if it will not, if it will again show the error. Okay, let's refresh it once again. Now it is asking for again fault. Resume, then fault is coming up. What we can do? Resume it, but it is actually asking for a user submission. Okay, no problem. We will come on it later. Okay, the product, the how this can be means you got to know what how you can proceed with the errors. This is actually a two-sided means a two-person should be involved. Means two-person should log in into the environment. Second way, tomorrow when we will meet, I will tell you about how we need the final option which is left out is we will assign a different person on the users under the workflow editor, and then I need to change my approval from the workflow itself. Means the person I will change this person Julia Fenderbeck, I will change it to Alicia Thomberg, and then I will be able to. Then we will try for the approval option. Okay, that we will try. Now, meanwhile, what we can do is we will go for the procurement and sourcing. I will go to the procurement and sourcing parameters, and I will disable this, activate change management for now, and we'll go again to the procurement and sourcing. Go to the purchase orders and all purchase orders. And over here, I will click on the new one. We will select the vendor account. We will select the site and warehouse. For which site, for which warehouse we are purchasing it. Click on OK button. The language field must be filled in. The language field will be picked up from the vendor account. Okay, so we need to define the language on the vendor account level, and then this error will not come. This warning will not come. Field. Okay, now you can edit it. Add the line. Mobile charger. And then we will select the quantity as 1, unit price as 230, and then here we go with the net amount. We will save it, and then the process wise what we need to do is firstly we need to confirm it. Firstly we will approve it. Under the purchase order we will have a confirm option. Now it is confirmed. You need to receive. Go to the product receipt. Okay, either you can go direct create a receipt list, or you can directly create a product receipt. Firstly, I'm showing you the simple process, a happy path of completing a purchase order. So we will go to the product receipt now. System will ask you to enter a product receipt number and then click on OK. So it is asking for a product receipt. Go for the product PRC /0091, and there is a document date, there is a terms of payment, and then click on OK. Your product receipt will be created. That means your site and warehouse will be able to receive the item. Okay. Now it is asking for an what is the fix it is asking for? It is asking inventory dimension serial number must be specified. So what is the error now here? Error is you have added the item. If you go to the item level over here, product information management. Product information management. Go to the release products. And you go to the item. Under the item, you see what tracking dimension you have utilized. Tracking dimension suggests that serial number is required. Okay. So in that case, what you need to do? In that case, serial number needs to be assigned. Where the serial number will be assigned? Serial number will be assigned under this receipt list. If it is a simple item, you can directly create a product receipt. But if it is a serialized item, you need to then work on the serialization. Okay, so product receipt. Go to the lines over here. Under the lines, you will have a update line feature where you need to go for the registration of this item. Okay, let's go to the 1 minute. Here I have not clicked on the, I think again I have clicked on the product receipt. Wait a second. I have cancelled it. And I will go to the receipt list. Okay, so this is the receipt list update. We are updating a receipt list under the product. So document it, terms of payment. Then we are going for the details. Under the details, you will go for the update the line. Under the update line, you will click on the registration. Under the registration, what we are saying is there is a serial number required. So what you need to do, you will click on the create the serial number. Okay, the serial number will start, quantity is 1, splitting into transaction is 1, and what is the format you want? So we want SR, then I think serial number will be SR and click on OK. Format cannot contain specified interval. It is asking for a hash. Now in my system, this is the hash. Okay. Click on OK button. Now it has taken the hash means the number, the numeric character. Okay. So it has asked for the serial number, then add the registration line. The registration line will be added over here. Then confirm your registration. Once the registration is confirmed, the status will be registered. It will be completed. You can save it. You can come out of it. Then once you come out of it, you will be able to click on the receipt list and then you can click on the OK button. Now, once your receipt list will be created, you will have under the journals, you have a receipt list. So in this process, you are going to learn how you can assign your serial number. For this serial number, you will have a, when we are going with the advanced warehousing, so you will have a, you can manage the serial number by your QR code scanner also. Okay. Then you can click on the product receipt. Under the product receipt, give a product receipt number PR0091 and then document date we have already given over there. Okay, so now again it is showing us the error. What is the error? Purchase order failed to resolve account number for transaction type, purchase stock variation item. You can change the setup under this particular section. So this is the error. We will take this error and then we will connect tomorrow. Okay. So what is this error? It is asking for, if you go to the inventory management and accounting and under the posting section, posting, then go for the posting. It is asking that you should have a stock variation, purchase type, stock variation. Why it is asking so? Because under the purchase order, if you go stock variation. So we will click on the new button. We will click on the for all the item. The main account will be the raw material inventory and click on the save button. We will again go back and try to create a product receipt. I hope you are getting what actually it
Yeah.
is asking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So please note it down, make a soft copy, soft notes for yourself. It will
Yeah.
help you in interview process as well. Okay, and to connect the dots. Okay, so we will clicking on the product receipt now. I wish, finger crossed, no errors should come. But if errors are coming, we are learning from it. Okay, I will check how we can proceed with the purchase order workflow. Okay, because it is a two-way journey, means two person should be involved in it. So I will try to resolve it. Now it is asking for business unit field, combination, account type. This is required. So where you can now understand the dimensions concept as well. Okay, so if you go to the line details over here, there is a financial dimensions. So under the financial dimensions, you add the business unit, that this purchase is going to be happen for IT consulting practice. Department will be finance department will be responsible for it. Is it for a project or what particular service line it is going to be available? So we are going for the application development service line. Uh, we need to let's we need to check how, if the project ID is actually a mandatory feature or not, mandatory one or not. So let me create a product receipt now. See, so we have created uh, product receipt. Okay, so it is now again asking for confirmation because any change you have done at the purchase order level after the confirmation, you need to confirm it, reconfirm it. So once you have confirmed it, you will go to the receive. Now your product receipt will be enabled for you. So go for the product receipt, enter the PR 009 and click on OK button. Finger crossed, product receipt should happen now. So tomorrow I will come back and we'll work on the workflow part. Okay. And again error. What is this error now? It is asking the transaction on voucher do not match. Okay, 230 is not matching. Posting has been cancelled. What can be the proper reasons for it? This is again error. Okay, we have set up everything from scratch. So we will get many errors on it. So no problem in it. We will resolve the error. Okay. So there is accounts payable parameters. Let me check. Under the accounts payable parameters, we have a ledger and tax module. The standard posting profile is added over here. So, okay, now everything is fine over here. But still it is giving the voucher and do not balance. Accounting currency and reporting currency do not balance. So in that case, that means there is some posting account required, which is not filled. So we will go for the posting, we will check what is not filled under the purchase order. So this is filled, this is filled, this is filled, this is filled, discount not required, this is not filled, stock variation purchase accrual. I believe yes, this is required. Okay, so let's give it a purchase accrual. Raw material inventory I will give. Then accrued tax receipt, fixed asset receipt, purchase expenditure is maintained. Under the inventory section, inventory receipt is maintained. Inventory expenditure profit is not maintained. So this will manage inventory. Inventory profit loss, intercompany, not these things are not required. Inventory issue is required. So these are the main accounts actually. Okay, you need to fill. Uh, Actually system is trying to create a product receipt, and under the product receipt what we have done is if you go to the accounts payable parameters, you have mentioned that post product receipt in ledger. So this product receipt what we are creating is creating a accounting entry at the accounts level. So that's why system is saying that you have not filled all the main accounts. Okay, that's why this error is coming up. You go to the purchase orders again, and let's create a product acceptable here. and then you go for the product receipt, click on the PR 909, okay, and click on OK button. Okay, so now you can see the operation is completed. So my product receipt is now created. Now what happened at the product receipt level? If you go to the product receipt now over here and you check the vouchers actually, what voucher system has posted. Voucher means any financial entry or anything has been posted at the accounting level. So till yet no voucher has been created. But if you go to the view accounting, you will see there are 4 accounts that got hit. This is the purchase accrual account. There is a purchase stock variation account, and there is a purchase expenditure uninvoiced account. Cost of purchase material received account. Okay, so these 4 accounts get hit at the time of, if you see what is debit and credit, the stock variation and the accrual account has got a credit amount, and this is balanced from cost of purchase material received and purchase expenditure uninvoiced. Okay, so these are the 4 entries system can ask you, any interviewer can ask you at the time of interview. Now, these entries, what main account need to be taken care, where it is need to be taken care, that will be decided by your functional consultant. But till yet, we have completed our product receipt. We have completed our uh, product receipt and receipt list. How you can assign the serial number, this we have checked now. Okay. Tomorrow when we will meet, we will start with the invoicing part. We will do the invoice of this purchase order. Right now, if you go to the vendors section, all vendors, so this is the all vendors. Under the vendor section, if you go, you go to the transactions. Just check if there is any transaction, any liability created for this vendor. No, there is no liability created for this vendor. That means whatever happened at the inventory level. Okay, so if you go to the inquiries and reports, counting, transaction tracking, transfer, on hand physical inventory report, inventory aging, inventory value report. Okay, let's go for the inventory value report. You need to enable, you can enable the feature management inventory value report storage. There is a functionality that needs to be added. Okay, no problem. Let's close it. Actually, it is asking the report that you are about to generate has been depreciated. Okay, and it is going to be removed in the future versions. The functionality is going to be supported through a new inventory value report storage feature. You can enable the feature in the under feature management inventory value report storage. So the report will generate right now, but going forward, it will be deprecated and user will not be able to use it. Okay, so this is what system is asking you. It will take some time. Okay, now it is asking for any from which date to which date. Let me don't. I'm not using anything, but it is asking that okay, the selection criteria can include on ticket, close it. To date and from date is required. So let's say 1st of October to till date today. I want to date, from date, this to this, date interval code I don't want, report ID, which report ID? So I need to mention the report ID as well. I will take another report which can help me out. Inventory value in export format. Inventory valuation, no report. Reports, location report. Or let me go to the inventory. What I want to see is I want to see the inventory valuation right now. So go to the release products, because these transactions are posted right at the inventory level. So that's why I'm a little bit curious about it. Go to the product, validate translations, no, manage inventory. Under the manage inventory, there is a transactions. Okay. So you go to the transactions over here. So similarly, vendor transaction, item transaction is also created where you can see the item is ordered, item is received. Okay. You ordered 100 quantity somewhere and right now you have received physical date of receipt. Okay. So this is the item inventory. Okay. Going further, we need to check what is the valuation of this item, how many ledgers are hit. Okay. So those things we are going to check in the future status. Coming from the invoicing part. Okay, so tomorrow when we will meet, I will show you how to invoice it, and then we will include the taxation in it. Okay, and we will use different type of purchase orders. We will return a purchase order, and then we will proceed with the sales order process. And after the, or either we will start with our warehousing concept now. Okay, how to add the warehousing concept in it, that we will add on. Okay, so tomorrow when we will meet, we will start from the invoicing. Okay, purchase invoice, and then the payment also.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
thank you, Karthik. Let